Majority of the detractors don't hate you for any real reason. They just monetize their videos. It's literally just for money. If YouTube had stopped them from monetizing this crap, they would go do something else. It's literally 90% money-based now. That these idiots who every day restream me or do these negative videos about me, it is bullying. People today don't care. They're not here for improvement. They're here to write a meme to make money from gullible people.
Good morning, everyone. Go here and welcome Level 1 Podcast.
Tuesday, the 23rd of April, will be incredibly warm here in Washington. Again, unseasonably warm. For 10 years, yelled at me and said, Phil, you're doing it wrong. You keep playing console versions of fighting games, and these are not the primary ways to play retro games. You need to get a PC, you need to get Fightcade, and you need to play like that. To which I kept telling everyone, I wasn't confident at all that Fightcade was going to work for me for various reasons. So today, we're going to talk about all this. Why? Because tonight on the late stream, I'm actually attempting to get Fightcade working on my mini PC and get it to a point where we can actually play retro games whenever we want on the regular. So we're going to see how this goes, because I am very skeptical, but after a decade of people, yelling at me for this, I'm going to at least give it a chance, all right? Someone said that, says, why don't you play with Cammy? And Jasper, no, you're not going to chew. No, don't even start with this. You were laying down. Hey, you're laying down relaxing. Now you're going to chew a wire? No, you're not. Especially not my new wire. You're not doing that. My new wire for my PS5 controller, he's going to start chewing now. Right. No, he's not. Okay. Jasper, now wait a minute. I just said no. Jasper, that's it. You're in big trouble. That's it. That's it. How dare you? That wire alone. That wire alone. Okay. Okay. So, okay, we got that out of the way. Now, what I wanted to talk about is Fightcade. Now we forgot to see. And I remember when the GGPO netcode first released, and we were asked to test it out. The FGC was outright asked, hey, everyone, test this out and give us feedback on it. And I played on it, and I was like, wow, it definitely feels smoother than the delay-based netcode. But, dude, it would be teleporting. You would be going all over the place. And then even when you were playing a match that looked good, like there was no teleporting or rollback visible, you'd be playing, and sometimes your move just would outright not come out. It makes the game look better to me. It looks smoother. It absolutely does. But the actual experience of playing it is not satisfactory.
Like when it comes to like drop inputs and being able to notice like flaws and intricacies, you have to be really good or you're not going to notice it. At like his level, he's just saying it because he hears other top players talking about it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you know what I mean?
He can't go cult stuff. He picks up the words and things and thinks he knows what they mean. So.
Like I used to hang with this awesome, like the top Tekken player, Josh Arario. He's like the top Tekken player, and he would sit down and play, and he could notice like a delay on the screen, and I can't notice it. I'm like, this is my fucking plasma TV. I played with it all the time. It's like, no. And then like, you know what I mean? It's like, but higher level players, they can see stuff like that and feel it and notice it. And then, but Phil, he's not good enough to notice that stuff. He just like saying it because he hears the other top players talking about it because they have identified it.
I even confronted the maker of the code and said, is this true? And everything you're saying is true. Okay, well then why is it that when I posted my criticisms of this netcode on your website, shoryuken.com, you removed the post and you suspended me?
One time where we trolled him, he got trolled really hard. This was really funny where he was getting catfished, right? So there was a guy acting like a girl, sending him pics and all this other stuff, and he really believed this was a girl, and he sent her a dick pic, right? And the dick pic went up on the SRK forums, and but the person did it on the weekend of Evo. So it stayed up there all weekend because everybody, all
out.
the mods were at Evo. Nobody's gonna moderate the forums. They could give a fuck about that right now. So it stayed up there the whole weekend, dude. And
Damn.
And that's why they call him like banana dick, because they're like curved to the side or whatever the fuck.
Okay,
Sorry if
They
that's
did
too
post
much.
it in the joystick forum.
we're going
Yeah.
deeper and deeper into the lore here,
Yeah.
but DSP was actually banned from the forums for the first time for posting a dick pic. That I think I can show it to you, not on stream.
I didn't
obviously,
know about
but it was
that.
there's a
Oh, because we're trying to sell this netcode to Capcom and other companies, so we can't have people saying negative things about it. So all the posts that kiss the netcode's butt saying, wow, this is so much better than delay-based, it looks better, were allowed to be posted. My post, which was honest criticism, was removed, and I was punished.
So the Cannon Brothers, right? Guys, trust me when I'm telling you, these guys are laborers of love, right?
Yeah.
Like they would run, Battle of the Bay tournaments because, they just love fighting games. They wanted to see who was the best in California, and they would run these tournaments out of love. You know what I mean? Because it was just a scene trying to give that's really was the mission. We want to see who's the best in California, and run a big Street Fighter tournament. And it grew into Evo. And, these guys, I don't want to, share too much about them personally, but they're set. You know what I mean? Like they, a lot of the years of Evo, they would run it and like break even or lose money.
okay.
But they did it just to, just out of that love. And they never needed that money. Evo was like it was just something they just did out of love. They just run it. Even if they lose money some years, break even some years, they'll be really busy. So they'll just tell Joey to run it and just show up, when it all comes together, have him handle all the planning and stuff like that. So, I just want to just let all the detractors know the context of just like who they really are versus like Phil draws them as like some like money hungry twins that like, I don't know, just
Silver
would
spoon in their
lie,
mouth. He
cheat, and
says that for
steal
sure.
for money. Yeah,
He also
they
says
would,
they're
like,
very
lie.
set up. They were all, because like you imagine, like he
No.
said they had everything given to them and stuff like that. He always makes this
That's not true.
Just like
No,
coming from
they-
Phil as well.
They worked hard. They worked hard and they took risks and worked on projects that didn't turn out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but it's all their success is earned. I don't.
Okay, yeah.
They're genius level guys. You know what I mean?
Okay? That was 20 years ago. All right? And my history of Street Fighter is just very different than everyone else's because I lived on the East Coast. I wasn't friendly with the people who ran Shoryuken.com and the people who ran Evo. In fact, it was kind of the opposite. I was kind of at odds with them a lot because I felt that they had a lot of things that they were running that weren't very kosher, a lot of very questionable practices at their tournaments, and all kinds of stuff. Okay?
DSP's posts are all archived for anyone that would like to search and see exactly what was said.
Jughead Jones, you're absolutely wrong. The posts are not archived there because they were deleted from the site. What you're talking about are unrelated posts, not to the subject, so get banned, you fuckface.
And luckily for us, someone has, just archived all of this, and it's a miracle that no one's found it before. But we're gonna spend some time going through this. This one right here is Phil. No Marvel vs. Capcom 2. What happened? Now, this is one of those cases.
The username Darkside Phil is
There you can see right here. So this is exactly how this is the only way to verify that it is Phil is when you see someone quote him like this. So this is just to show you an example. Yes, you can see that it is Phil because of the quote. Okay, so Phil asked a question. No Marvel vs. Capcom 2. What happened? No one really showed up for it. But I heard you did kick ass at the CTF tournament. Congrats. You can see that this is Phil. Does Danbury still play? I never heard those fools. Again, originally posted by Darkside Phil. So just believe me. I'm not making shit up. Just trust me, it's him. This person responds, maybe there would be fear if you could try jump consistent. Now, I don't know what that means. I'm assuming it's something in this game, but let's light trash talk here. To Danbury Fools, if I'm at Ryan's house this weekend, I'll try to get him down. If the sticks are not shitty and the layout is correct, button layout should be this. Whatever. Not a big deal. Fucking Connecticut is live again. Listen up. I'm unemployed and I'm bored out of my mind. I'm down anytime to play any Capcom fighter. I heard people have been playing at What's Your Game? What the fuck? Why didn't nobody tell me? I'm in Bridgeport a few times a week anyway. I always go. I'm always also down to go to these gatherings that people are telling me about. gatherings. And also to have people come over to my place to play if they want. I live in New Haven, a few blocks away from all the clubs. So what is up? Oh, yeah. And Guilty Gear is gay. A bunch of half-naked men running around in cosplay outfits fighting is retarded fashion. And anime fanboys like it because of the Japanese anime style. Shout out style. And not for the gameplay. Pretty gay, if you ask me. Besides, it's just a beefed-up version of MVC2 with too many moves. Man, Phil, I thought you were better than to stoop down to that tired-ass argument of anime and gay homo men is Guilty Gear. You barely even address the gameplay. And on top of that, you say people aren't serious enough about Street Fighter in your own area when more than 2/3 of the Guilty Gear community is going to bust their ass to go to J1N's tournament in Ohio and ECC the very next damn day, regardless of how you treated them.
They can't be archived from SRK, you dunce. Fucking moron detractor in my chat, trying to hide out, pretending like he's not. I love it. Oh, everything Phil ever said has been archived. Wrong.
Originally posted by Darkside Phil. So just believe me, I'm not making shit up. Just
wrong. All the deleted posts are gone. So you would never find my posts about this because they were deleted. The ones that you'll see were the ones that were allowed to be posted. They were selective and what they allowed to be on the site. And no, the private conversations that I have with the people behind the scenes are not archived. You're a moron. Fuck off. Okay. So, let's get back to modern day now. There's an entire enthusiast community of people playing retro games on PC, and you're never part of it, which sucks because we can see you're good at old fighting games. We want to see you play old fighting games at a good capacity, and you're just not getting that because you're playing these crappy console versions of the games. When you talk about Fightcade or any of these emulators or whatever, who do you think is honestly playing Fightcade? Do you think that it's just a bunch of casual people? I hate to tell you guys, that's not who's on there, okay? You want to know who's on there? People who likely are either old school players or people who have come up in the community over the last 10, 20 years who necessarily weren't playing these games because they were too young back in the day, but they've grown an affinity for them. How much do you want to bet the top placers are people who just sit around playing on Fightcade all day? There's nothing wrong with that. Someone has 14 fucking kills. I want you to think about that. Someone's played this enough in 3 days. They absolutely memorized the map and are sitting somewhere in a choke and getting kill after kill. Jesus Christ, man. Fucking tryhard city. But the point I'm making is these are people who never stopped playing. They've literally been playing non-stop retro games forever. So, as much as I like retro Street Fighter, all right, to step into the realm of Fightcade, literally the people who never stopped playing is kind of like someone who's rusty at a sport trying to now go play against pro players. Now imagine I go to play on Fightcade and the first match is against someone who's literally played the game since the 1990s, has never stopped playing, plays the game regularly online, and instantly just infinites me, and that's the end. It's like, I get the feeling that's Fightcade. Now there's some other issues as well. When you play on PC, you may not be aware of this, cheating is absolutely rampant. I mean, this is a free client, all right? There's going to be people who have everything mapped on their controllers, so they don't have to do shit. They're going to have one-button Shoryukens. They're going to have one-button combos and super, all, you know, fucking mash up. They're going to have infinite turbo mode. Hold down the button, and it's going to go kick, 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 faster than a human can tap the button. That's just, it's just a rampant thing that you can't stop. It's going to happen when you're playing on PC on a thing that's free, that has no rules, essentially, right? So it's going to be pretty ridiculous. I'm guaranteeing you, you know, to get on Fightcade and play these people is literally going to be like a laughable, hilarious experience. The first thing I'm going to do is just kind of mess around and not take it seriously. Because I feel like if I jump in and I start taking it ultra seriously from the get-go, I'm just going to get pissed. Oh shit, you can't do anything. Fuck this fucking piece of shit fucking game. Now I'm angry. Because now I should be losing 5 in a fucking row after winning all my placement matches because the game's a piece of laggy shit. So fuck this. Now they're all fucking in trouble.
Now they're all fucking in trouble.
Number 2 on top of it, again, I just want to point out the fact, since this is a PC client, I guarantee you this is going to be a way for rampant cheating. Or, excuse me, not rampant cheating, rampant trolling is what I meant to say. For example, I'm already being told, oh yeah, with Fightcade, there's no way to stop the chat on the screen, so people could just sit there saying awful things, and there's nothing you can do about it. Oh yeah, on Fightcade, people could just nonstop spam invites on you to play you, so you have to immediately turn it off, because if you don't, immediately, they're just going to just constantly spam, and you'll never be able to use the dang thing. It's just constant pop-ups or things in your face that'll bother you. Like, really? Okay, that doesn't sound very good. Now, I have a legit question for everyone. I don't know how many of you have ever used Fightcade, okay? What about your IP address? That's actually a major concern for me. I can't have my IP address getting leaked and having more people try to DDoS attack me or DDoS me or whatever the fuck it's called. I need to find out that using this Fightcade is going to protect my IP address. What's hilarious is people have asked me to use it for 10 years. Not a single person has brought up this thing, this point about IP addresses. Okay? I need to know tonight when we're doing a live setup of this, how it works, how to prevent the trolling. Before I boot a single match, I need to have this set up so we're not going to have pop-ups constantly with people inviting spam. We're not going to have people getting my IP and trying to knock my streams offline. You know, this all has to be figured out before I fuck around with this thing. All right? It's not as simple as, oh, I'm just a Joe Nobody, no one cares, so I can just download it and use it. No, you know that I'm a target. So everyone who's asked me for 10 years to use Fightcade,
I hope you know what the fuck you're talking about.
I hope it doesn't. I hope legit this is not an issue, and that we will get it working. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do. How do I fix this, or how do I make it so that's not going to be a concern? Right? I don't know. Does anyone even know? I want to play Fightcade. I want to play old school Street Fighter. All right? But I have to get it working properly, and it's going to take time. So, I don't know. We have to see how it works. And if it doesn't work, if it ends up being a fucking mess, then I guess it's a fucking mess and we just don't do it. And for those, why don't you set it up offline? What the fuck are you talking about? How am I going to do that? Literally, the issues cannot be figured out until we're doing it live, right? Like, if I play it offline, no one will know I'm doing it offline. So how would I know how I'm going to handle trolling? It would be the moment I turn it online that people start trolling me that we could figure out the fixes. Not offline. It doesn't even make sense. The same thing people say about, oh, well, why weren't you ready for this when you did your multiplayer session? Because I wasn't fucking playing on stream. So I didn't have anyone trying to troll me. How could I have prepared for it when I didn't know how it was going to work? How would we have known that in Street Fighter 6 there's constant invite pop-ups? How would you know that unless you were playing it and people were trolling you live on a stream? You would never know that. People just think the world is fucking perfect and everything can be perfectly prevented or planned for. Or no, it's not. That's not reality. And if you think that, you probably live an insanely insulated fucking life where your mom probably does everything for you, so you don't realize that things actually happen that you have to fix on the fly. And we're trying to figure out, what are we going to do? What are we planning for dinner? Now, some years, my parents actually buy us some food and send us some food for Thanksgiving that then we prepare for the meal. Some years they don't. It depends on the year. Some years they'll literally buy us the entire meal. So we'll get some kind of a turkey thing. We'll get a bunch of sides. We'll get everything. And then really we just have to fill in the odds and ends. My mom used to comb my hair like that. But actually the truth is, that's why my hairline is much less on one side than the other. Because all the way until I was like maybe 16, 17 years old, my mom always did my hair like that. So because she always parted the hair there, it actually fucked up my hairline. And that's why, right, that's exactly where my part was, right where my hairline's fucked up. You see? So, anyway, it's just absolutely ridiculous, over-the-top nonsense when people say shit to me like that. Oh, you could have just easily prevented every problem early. It's like, no, you can't. That's not life. You're crazy if you think that. See, now, we got someone in chat who's literally said, every time you play a match, someone has your IP. Guys, do you really believe that? Do you really believe that on Fightcade, that every time you play someone, they immediately get your IP address? Do you think anyone would actually use Fightcade if it immediately doxed your IP address? Seriously. Don't you think that would be a slight liability for the people who made it and for the people who use it? That every single moment, right? Like, what are you talking about? I don't know. People are just, I don't know. People are just crazy. So I don't know. I know everyone's like VPN. That doesn't work. When you do a VPN, it adds lag. What are you talking? Boy, you have no idea how a VPN works, do you? Use a VPN. That's not how VPNs work, genius. VPNs reroute you through another location of the planet, adding insane amounts of lag.
Pretty disturbing. But not as disturbing as having your unencrypted data being harvested by hackers, governments, and corporations.
That's why I use ExpressVPN. It creates a protective tunnel between your devices and the internet, keeping your private information secure. ExpressVPN takes your connection and reroutes it through another country's server so that you can unblock geo-restricted content. ExpressVPN is fast and easy to use. Plus, at less than $7 a month with a 30-day money-back guarantee, it's no wonder why ExpressVPN is the world's #1 rated VPN.
Then you're going to play an online game? Are you stupid? Boy. So anyway, I don't know. This was this Bono Techno says the chat client does not have your IP address. Others cannot find it through the chat client. The lobby only knows your country, but when you play a game, they get your IP address. What? You know? Okay. All right. This is so ridiculous. Do you not understand the legal liability that a company would have?
What?
If every time that you used something, it gave away your IP address. So either you're telling me that people just don't care and they're so idiotically stupid that they would actively use this fighting game client to play the game and literally open themselves up to doxing and DDoS attacks and trolling. And this has been like this for 15 years. All right? Or you're wrong. So which is it? Do we have a ginormous legal liability, in which case someone could sue the fuck out of the company that made Fightcade because they're constantly giving away people's IP addresses without telling them? Or are you wrong? Which is it? I'd like to know. I'd like the honest answer. Maybe you're right. And then this company will just get sued. This is literally like playing a peer-to-peer game via an emulator. This is how it works. I play this with the Tecmo community. So seriously, how would anyone who is a known player who streams, okay, how would you use it? So you tell me I can't use it. You tell me I can't use Fightcade. I'm done. Because all it's going to take is one troll, right, to join a match to play me, and they have my IP address. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is 10 years of people telling me to play on Fightcade. And now, the day when I'm going to do it, now you people tell me in chat that this is what happens. You waited this long to tell me. No, trolls cannot IP grab you off any game. If they did, they would have fucking doxed me 5 zillion times over the years, so you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's just stupidity saying that. I just want you guys to put yourself into my situation. Really, just do this for a second, all right? And I want you to, because I think, sadly, most people do not. And they hold you accountable and they treat me like shit. And I just want you to listen to me for a second rationally, okay? For over 10 years, I've exclusively played fighting games on console, all right? Exclusively. And every time that I've done this, I've never had an issue with any kind of security whatsoever because consoles secure all your information. No one's going to get your IP address from playing a fighting game on a console, ever.
I'm going to say this. I hope to God that his IP gets leaked again because of him playing on a console game. I hope to God in the next 2 years his IP address gets leaked because he plays a game on PS5 and he has to directly connect to somebody. I hope it happens. I wish it happens. And if it fucking happens, then I can just go and point towards him and like, there you go, told you so, you should have got a VPN. And then he'll get scared into doing it. Because it literally has to happen again for him to like think that it's a good idea. Fuck him.
10 years later, And I'm ready. I've been waiting. I got the time set around. Let's do it. Right? Oh, by the way, that exposes your IP address. Oh. You had to wait 10 years to fucking tell me that? Seriously, now I'm fucking pissed. I'm legit and very rightly pissed that you had to wait to the day that I scheduled it. Because everyone asked me for it for 10 fucking years. Now you're going to tell me, oh, your IP address gets exposed. It gets to the point where when people ask for shit and they start to unfairly treat me away, I'm just going to tell them, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear you bitching. Because that's where the point we're getting to at this point. Like, people screaming so loudly that I'm doing it wrong, when in reality, I've always been doing it right, because there's no way that a streamer should be using Fightcade if it gives away your IP address. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired that because I'm Darkside Phil, I'm the brunt of the abuse. I get the one that gets yelled at and called names and treated poorly because I'm Darkside Phil. That's really the only reason, right? If I was anyone else, it would have been like, all right, well, you're a streamer, you know, Fightcade's the best, but, you know, for me, it's like, no, fuck you, Phil, you piece of shit, right? You've been doing it wrong for 10 years. Why don't you just listen to us, right? Okay, well, then I'm listening to you now. Let's do it. Oh, wait, actually, your IP just gets exposed. You should have never done this to begin with. See, now Swagonito says, well, streamers use Fightcade all day long. Avoid the puddle is one of them. How? If it gives away your IP address, as people are suggesting in the chat, how?
Bruh, stop playing the victim all day.
Player Essence, please, please, please kiss my fucking ass and enjoy your permanent ban, you dumb piece of fucking shit. Seriously. Fuck off, asshole. Why am I so angry? Because if you were told for 10 years that you're doing something wrong, for 10 years, you were told you're the one who's doing everything incorrectly, why don't you just listen to reason? And then the day you're actually going to make amends and change and try to do the thing that people have said this is the right thing to do, you get told, oh no, you can't do it anyway. How would you feel? It doesn't even matter that's Fightcade. This could have been anything. I don't know, you know? So now I don't know what to do. You tell me. What am I supposed to do? Right? What do? Maybe I'll just sit here tonight and I'll just fucking sit back like this. I'll just be like, hey, I'm just going to sit here. I'm just going to sit on stream and do nothing. I'm just going to take a piece of tape and I'm going to turn on my stream and I'm just going to have tape over my mouth. I'm going to sit here like this and stare at the camera for 3 hours. He's really been missing out because he just doesn't listen because he's stubborn. He's obstinate. And so after all these years, I get to a point where I actually have a situation where I have a PC that I can play Fightcade. Let's do it. I'm excited to do it. We have the time to do it. I made the time to do it. I want to set it up. I want to do it. And then the morning before I'm going to do it, you tell me it gives away my IP address. It only took 10 fucking years. Horny Gordon Rule says Fightcade doesn't openly display your IP. It's still accessible during gameplay due to peer-to-peer nature like Call of Duty. So explain this to me. How does anyone ever stream Call of Duty? Because don't you think there's malicious parties who would get someone's IP address who's a streamer and DDoS attack them or post it all over the internet? So how is it possible that people play Call of Duty? How is it possible that Avoid the Puddle plays on Fightcade and doesn't get his IP address doxed? How is this possible? No, not a VPN, you incredible dunce. Stop saying VPN. VPNs are not for online play. Wow, that is a stupid answer. Just the very nature, the fact that you don't know how a VPN works is hilarious. To say that in a chat, that you think that you want to add latency by using a VPN in an online play. That is incredibly stupid, what you're saying. Well, I guess it's a shot then. I guess we're just not doing it. You know, I guess we're not doing it. What a waste of time this whole thing has been. What a hilarious waste of time this discussion has been all these years that people have yelled at me to play Fightcade. This is why in things like Fightcade, it's considered friend groups or friend lobbies, people you trust playing against each other. Yeah, play with trusted friends only. Well, then I can never use Fightcade, ever. So I'm done. That's it. Fightcade is off the table. Amazing. And again, guys, I was 100% gung-ho. I was going to do this tonight.
I am very skeptical. I wasn't confident at all that Fightcade was going to work for me for various reasons.
100%. I was in line to play tonight with all of you to enjoy retro fighting games. And apparently I'm just not allowed that luxury like everybody else is. No, a Google search wouldn't have done any of this because you need to hear it firsthand from people who use it to truly understand anything. Google searches are pretty fucking worthless.
What?
Right now, if you do a Google search, it'll tell you that fucking there's aliens on Earth and all kinds of weird shit. You don't know what you're talking about. You need to actually talk to people who actively use the technology regularly to really understand it.
No, a Google search wouldn't have done any of this because you need to hear it firsthand from people who use it to truly understand anything. Google searches are pretty fucking worthless.
So, yeah, I have no idea what we're doing tonight. Right? I don't know. I guess we're just going to have a random stream where I'm just coming on stream and doing whatever. Whether it's no gameplay and we just fuck around. You know, we could do a Game Pass night, which originally is what we were talking about doing, is just exploring Game Pass and seeing if there's any games in there we're interested in. Corny Gordon rules. You have no idea the implications of what you're saying. They're like, you know, it just, that person, what they're saying, it doesn't happen that often. You should just do it anyway. You should just stream Fightcade and see what happens. Yes, because if my IP address gets doxxed, right, totally I'll just be able to easily stream every day, and it won't affect my business in a negative way or anything, right? I won't be able to not make money because I can't work. What are you talking about? Oh, my God. Oh, my fucking God.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Well, I'm definitely titling this podcast the Fightcade Disaster Episode. All right, no Fightcade tonight. I guess we'll either just have a hangout session or we'll maybe do some Game Pass exploration or something like that. And then I guess tomorrow night, we're either going to be doing like Street Fighter or Helldivers or something. There you go. Well, thanks for at least for being honest on the stream chat, those who tried to help.
So either you're telling me people just don't care and they're so idiotically stupid that they would actively use this fighting game client, or you're wrong.
I really do appreciate that. And thank you for understanding that I just can't take that liability to have my entire business shut down because of this. That would be pretty fucking stupid, don't you think? Okay. He says, I'm not trying to be pushy. What if you emailed the Fightcade support to get guaranteed confirmation if it's safe? I guess I have to look that up. I don't know. Does Fightcade actually have support?
No, a Google search wouldn't have done any of this. Google searches are pretty fucking worthless.
I have no clue. That'd be something that I have to look up. I would have to email them and see if they ever get back to me.
Google searches are pretty fucking worthless.
There's not an email address to contact them. Nope. All they have is social media, which publicly tweeting them isn't going to help. Maybe I could find a way to contact them via their Twitter, like a DM. Nope, their DMs are off. Yeah, their DMs are off. No, you can't DM them. No DMs on Twitter. DMs are shut off. That's a no-go. I'm trying, guys. There's no email address. There's a Facebook. I don't use Facebook. There's no way to contact them. Nope. Nope. Nothing about contacting us whatsoever. Nope. Well, I give up. There's no way to contact them from what I can see. No, why would I fault Fightcade? These guys, these are fans of Street Fighter like everybody else. Okay? They want to have classic games protected for posterity purposes. You know, there's zero fault to them. Why would I fault them? But there's no way to contact them. I just checked. You know what's sad too? Because Drew Corporation just said something. He said, play it on your own time. Get that itch taken care of. Just for the record, I'm not going to. But sadly, if someone were to ever go on there and impersonate me, they would probably be completely doxxed and destroyed. Like, even if someone went on there, oh, I'm DSP, right? Probably trolls would find them. And oh, that might be him. So get his information. And they probably fucking get their IP address and dox them and all kinds of fucked up shit. But I'm not stupid. I'm not going to put myself in harm's way in any way. So, your VPN concerns are true. There is extra lag. But remember something? Console servers are conceptually doing exactly the same thing. Instead of a console server, it's a VPN server for Fightcade. That's how both work to protect your IP. VPN servers are built for speed. They're significantly faster. Some Fightcade users say it's much better than playing on PlayStation or Xbox because of that. Perhaps it's worth experimenting with just a 1-month membership to something like ExpressVPN that has US servers that you can leverage. Is it really? I mean, let's think about this realistically, right? Is it really worth it to get a membership to a VPN, to then try to get that to work in conjunction with my work PC, to then try to get that to work in conjunction with Fightcade, to then set everything up and try to do these matches and see if there's lag, and if it even works, because what if it doesn't work and then my IP somehow still gets exposed anyway? Or what if they DDoS the IP of the VPN? Doesn't that still knock you offline anyway? In which case, now I have to constantly change my IPs all the time when I try to play Fightcade. Does it really make sense? The answer is no. The answer is, if you could see someone's IP over Fightcade, I can never use it. Period. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth the stress and the effort. Why wouldn't they be able to DDoS a VPN server? They have the IP address. They could DDoS it.
It creates a protective tunnel between your devices and the internet.
What I see is it's just becoming, it's just a nightmare at this point, right? Instead of it being something fun, oh, we can bring classic fighting games to DSP streams. You can play the games from his youth. You could see him, you know, from when he was at his prime, playing those games actively, you know, seeing me actually play at a high level of Super Turbo and stuff like that in the best version possible. Instead, it's just become this fucking bloated nightmare mess of stress, right? So what's the fucking point at this point? True Corporation says, you should reach out to a VPN company for sponsorship. You're the ideal client for their services with all the crap you get. I don't know. Shit. I don't even know who I would like. Who would it be? I like you said, ExpressVPN. I know ExpressVPN does sponsorships, but
use a VPN. That's not how VPNs work, genius. Adding insane amounts of lag.
They usually do sponsorships with giant people. You know, they're not doing sponsorships with a dude who has like 300 people on his stream.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, what's up, everybody? Well, let's get started.
Tonight, particularly, on deck, on schedule here, was something fresh and different and new. Tonight, what I was supposed to do is I was supposed to check out something called Fightcade on PC. Years and years and years, people have asked me to do this, to play Fightcade. Oh, this would be perfect for us to set it up, get it in a rotation, and be playing all these cool classic fighters and all this stuff. And that's what the purpose of tonight was supposed to be. Right now, we were supposed to set this up so that we could do it together and start playing, like pick games and stuff and start trying it out, right? I'm discussing this with the crowd live, with the audience, you know. Good crowd this morning, by the way. And I want to say thank you to anyone who was there, because there were some good Samaritans. Let me tell you, there were some good Samaritans there this morning.
Which is it? Do we have a ginormous legal liability, or are you wrong? Which is it?
I got the weirdest message from someone who was like, I'm so upset with you because you attacked me today on the podcast and you insulted me and I want an apology. And I was like, that literally didn't happen.
No, not a VPN, you incredible dunce. Stop saying VPN. VPNs are not for online play. Wow, that is a stupid answer.
Like, I think what happened was someone was being very stupid in the chat at one point about like being a jerk to me. And I responded to them, but I didn't say a name. And someone else must have misconstrued it as I was singling them out in the chat.
No, trolls cannot IP grab you off any game. That's just stupidity saying that.
Basically, if you think that I'm directly addressing you, you should probably ask me. I mean, obviously, I apologize to whoever that person is if they actually thought I was insulting them. I wasn't talking to them at all. In fact, I don't even know what they said in chat.
No, trolls cannot IP grab you off any game. That's just stupidity saying that. No, not a VPN, you incredible dunce. Stop saying VPN.
This person, I apologize to them if they took it that way, but that was not the intention. I wasn't insulting this person whatsoever. I wasn't even responding to them talking in the chat. I don't even know what they said.
Yeah.
Here's how Fightcade actually works. Apparently, it's peer-to-peer. It's you are directly connecting to someone else. And even though you can't actively see it yourself, yes, your IP address gets exposed when you connect to someone. Now, you might say, well, why is this not a big deal for anyone? Well, because normally people don't have endless armies of complete mentally challenged weirdos on the internet chasing them around trying to ruin their business and their life, but I do. Okay? It's sad. It's just a crazy hate mob of weird people that follow me around to try to do this stuff, but it's just present. But they could do something like use an IP sniffer, which is a third-party program you can get, and it can interact with Fightcade, and it can find out the IP address of the person that you've matched against to play. Bonos Temo says, if you do a Google search for Fightcade security issues, the 6th result is an X post explaining everything about it. It is definitive on this issue. There's just a no-go here.
No, a Google search wouldn't have done any of this. Because you need to hear it firsthand from people who use it to truly understand anything. Google searches are pretty fucking worthless.
So why isn't it a big deal for anyone else? Because no one else gets harassed like me. Everyone else just plays casually for themselves. Even a casual fighting game streamer, you know, you get a few hundred people on your stream or whatever, no one's going to dox you. But because I'm Darkside Phil, and people hate me for literally no good reason, they're just nuts, they will dox me.
You click on that.
Just walked in the door. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, if you look around, you would have been able to know. It literally says waiting room on top.
Good, now I'm away from that annoying fucking bitch of a kid who I would have slapped in real fucking life if they talked to me like that. I would have fucking pimp slapped that shit out of that.
A couple of weeks later in March, Phil found himself in hot water again from randomly attacking someone in his screen chat. So a user by the name of Galahad again left a message in Phil's chat saying, "I put money on him not finishing this like 90% of the shit he plays." Phil went on to say this. By the way, the hilarious part was that the idiot actually had his picture as his avatar here on Twitch. He's an overweight, disgusting looking guy with a blue dyed beard. He's a complete fucking idiot. If you're gonna be an idiot in someone's screen chat, at least don't show what you look like in real life. Especially if you look like a complete moron. Like, hide that shit from the internet so we can't also make fun of you afterwards.
Sorry, Low Tech Gaming, you're not good at this game. I'm sorry. I know you're a sub, you're still not good at this game. You're not. The stuff you're doing is unimpressive and incredibly easy to counter in a game that runs at the right fucking speed. Yep, nothing I can do. Couldn't do anything again, because Low Tech Gaming, seriously, you should try to play this game offline with people and not this version. You'll see the stuff you do does not work. If you do that shit offline, you will get wrecked. You'll get fucking wrecked. Okay, Low Tech Gaming has proven himself to be a complete idiot. So now he's out of here. He actually literally said in the stream chat, if you keep falling for stupid shit, I'll just keep doing it. You're an idiot. Yes, I banned Low Tier Gaming because he's an asshole. So because he plays online with a guy who used to be good in the 1990s, that means that he is apparently a pro-level player who knows more than the guy who has tournament results, winning tournaments, and placing in this game. Whatever you say, bro, you're going to talk shit in the stream chat, you're going to get banned. It doesn't matter if you're a sub or not. Bye.
Set it in the Middle East, make it like modern day or some shit. Get rid of the sword, give him a gun, you know, just do something a little unique for
If you're putting internet game celebs on VGX, why not get intelligent people, legit gamers, and not put people who act like clowns for money?
From Don Fanucci saying, why have I been permanently banned? Don Fanucci, you were banned because the other day, as I'm sitting here playing Street Fighter, and obviously when I'm playing Street Fighter, I'm concentrating on the game, you, among other people, decided to come onto my stream and talk about Wings of Redemption being shirtless. I don't give two fucks about Wings of Redemption or anyone else being fucking shirtless, you idiot. That's why you're banned. So why don't you think about how stupid you acted the other day? And if you actually want to be unbanned, you can email me later. Not today, because I'm not unbanning you today, because you're an idiot. Before we get ahead of ourselves, because all day people have been saying, use a VPN, 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 use a VPN. We already addressed it on the podcast, but I'll readdress it now. With VPNs, okay, is very, very simple. They add lag because you're not broadcasting from where you are. You're going from somewhere else. It's going to add input lag to the game. In which case, why bother playing online if you're adding delay to make it lag? The other person won't have the lag. I will. Right? I'll have additional, and it's already rollback netcode. It's already rollback netcode where things are going to be going all over the place, teleporting. Now imagine that added with a VPN that's adding lag, correct? And as much as people want to be really optimistic about this and say, well, you can get a VPN that maybe will broadcast out of Seattle or whatever, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's going to add lag enough that it's going to make it not viable. You know, it's just dumb. Why would I do that? Why would I pay to get a VPN only to play on Fightcade for the few times that I will do this a month? You know, Fightcade probably be something I would do like once a week, you know, 4 times a month. I'm going to do a specific subscription just to get a VPN, just to change my IP address, just to stream that one particular app 4 times a month and add lag and make myself miserable.
Excuses, excuses. How am I supposed to trust you when all you give me are excuses?
It's insane. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, I don't even have confidence. I don't have confidence that this would even work without the VPN.
10 years later, and I'm ready. I've been waiting. I got the time set around. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm excited to do it. We have the time to do it. I made the time to do it.
Right? And then on top of that, there's no guarantee this thing's even going to be that fun or work. Because, you know, it's one thing when it's just a free thing, you mess around with it, big deal. It's another thing when you're paying a subscription service just to use the stupid thing. And then it ends up being a flop or what people are on to play. It's just not worth it. There's no guarantees that a VPN would do anything to help. Basically, it's shot, it's kaput, it's off the table, and there's nothing that I can do about it. It wasn't until the morning that I was going to do the Fightcade setup tonight, during a 10-year span that everyone crapped on me saying I was a coward dodging the competition. The truth of the matter is, I never would have been able to do it because it exposes my IP, and it was all a lie. And thankfully, it was people like Bonos Tecmo and a few others. It was him and like 2 or 3 other people who were all finding the information and putting it in the chat this morning.
Google searches are pretty fucking worthless.
And people are like, so why is that affecting you and not others? Because I'm Darkside Phil, and I'm the one who's stalked by literally thousands of mentally ill people.
Complete mentally challenged weirdos on the internet.
And then, of course, there was people like Vidar Viking and his old mod KG, who was a diaper furry. Hell, even Bathtub Boy was a fan of DSP at one point. Oh, do you not remember who Bathtub Boy was? Allow me to refresh your memory.
Ross wandered from group to group, usually groups who are fans of Darkside Phil. Yeah, the guy actually has a community of fans, unironically. I don't get it either. He was fighting with people there and threatening to dox people who were outspoken against DSP or people that he had beef with. Shit's wild, and there are more instances of him raging and losing his fucking mind. Again, headphone warning. It may sound like what you're hearing is someone getting mauled by a velociraptor through a shitty microphone, but I assure you, that is not what's happening at the end of this clip.
I wasn't even fucking with them maliciously. I wasn't fucking with them maliciously.
Well, John's not fucking with you maliciously when he just says one comment on.
That's bullshit.
He did not raid because he comments one time on a video.
Well, he should have commented at all.
Ross, it's called freedom of speech. If you don't like it, go to a different country that doesn't have it. But that also means your freedom of speech is taken away too, just to let you know.
Well, guess what? It's my fucking channel, not a fucking country, so fuck off with that.
Yeah, but you're in the U.S. and you act like you get the... You know, your YouTube account is within the U.S. jurisdiction. Which means that he can still say all the fucking shit he wants because he's in the U.S. And so is your account. So, you fuck off.
That video's gonna be fucking flagged no matter fucking what! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, motherfucker! Fuck you!
Ross, quit freaking out. This guy. He's so primitive.
Well, in August of 2017, one of Ross's friends made a thread for him on Kiwi Farms. This thread was pretty extensive and showcased all of Ross's antics. You know, the doxing, the rap songs, all of that. But there was something in there that was really fucking disturbing and damning. Something Ross really didn't want people to know. It was an old screenshot taken from a Discord server where he admitted to watching videos of kids being naked in the bathtub. It gets worse. He also made a comment saying this.
Yeah, they have already made fun of me for it. I don't want to fuck a kid, I just have feelings for them. I'm getting help through this.
Ruby and Ross go on King of Pool's channel to discuss all the events that have been happening. Two of the minor takeaways from this is a follow-up on the fact that he shit himself till 11. Apparently that wasn't completely accurate, is a little bit older.
Pretty much, I actually, to be honest, I stopped wearing pull-ups when I was 12.
Okay, so 12 years old. Got it.
Well, first off, he's a dirty, dirty boy. He doesn't like to wash his balls more than once or twice a week. Just ask his grandmother.
Take your shower. Clean up. You stink. Jesus Christ. Put on clean underwear. Put on some clean clothes once in a while. Jesus Christ. I would like you to wash your hair and put some soap under your armpits.
Yeah, and then I'll decide what to do until then.
People around you will thank you. Stink.
Update your fucking head and jump on your fucking testicles.
Shut up! Shut up!
Make me,
Shut the fuck up, you fucking nerd! Shut up!
Legitimately torture them over and fucking over again, and I would fantasize them getting fucking tortured, and I will literally rip their fucking guts out, and I will literally go ahead and go and fucking get ready, and I will fucking kill you if I ever met you in real life, you son of a bitch! I will find you, and I will kill you! And I'll kill them all! I will destroy him! That's what's gonna happen.
Exactly
what's gonna happen. That's what's
Shut
gonna
up, Ross.
So there you have Ross, a self-admitted borderline pedophile with bloodlust issues, who has repeatedly made death threats against other people, who's engaged in dangerous behavior, who's talked about hurting children and shooting up schools, admitting this publicly on the internet.
Literally thousands of mentally ill people
who think that that's okay to do. It's okay to exploit a system as long as it hurts Phil. There's other fighting game streamers out there literally right fucking now who are playing on Fightcade. Avoid the Puddle is a prominent fighting game streamer who gets to play Fightcade all the time. And he does never had this issue whatsoever. Not once has this happened to him. He could just play it with no issue. Why? Because he doesn't have an army of weirdo, loser, mentally ill people following him around. So he can have a normal life. I can't. I'm not free to have a normal life because of this. And then people idiotically say things in the chat like earlier, oh, victim complex. It's not a fucking complex, you idiot. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired that because I'm Darkside Phil, I'm the brunt of the abuse. I get the one that gets yelled at and called names and treated poorly because I'm Darkside Phil. That's really the only reason, right? If I was anyone else, it would have been like, all right, well, you're a streamer, you know, Fightcade's the best, but, you know, for me, it's like, no, fuck you, Phil, you piece of shit. So he can have a normal life. I can't. I'm not free to have a normal life. It's documented factual shit that's happening. I'm not making it up. You say victim complex if you're actively trying to make yourself a victim for sympathy. I don't want anyone's sympathy. I just want to do the normal shit everyone else can fucking do, and I'm not allowed to. This is not a victim complex. It's my fucking reality that every place I turn, I get harassed by weirdos and losers.
This is another one of DSP's obsessive fans. What made him gain some notoriety was his beef with Almighty Tevin. While Tevin was still around on YouTube, Sadilla offered to give money he won in Vegas to have somebody kill Tevin, just for making fun of DSP. He also goes on to call him a North American Nate, and a whole bunch of other racist shit. He also sounds like this, by the way.
Hello, who is this? Who am I speaking with?
I am Alex.
Hello, Alex. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for calling in.
You're welcome.
Any particular thing you'd like to talk about tonight?
Well, I want to just say that you're doing a great job doing your past week doing here. I love your content and I love Happy Rain. I was Happy Rain ever since. I like your content.
Who should be mentally examined for help. Shut the fuck up I don't care who the fuck it is. There's people in the chat right now. Oh, he's doing a meme. Oh, this is cringe. Shut the fuck up and eat it. Eat it. Give me your mailing address. I want to mail you a spoon. Because if they think this is a use of something normal in their life, they're out of their minds. They are infatuated with me and my family, and they're actively trying to harass us at every turn. It's this simple. I'm not allowed to do the things everyone else does. Just like back when I was on Twitch, I was not allowed to have a sponsored stream because my trolls would harass whoever the sponsor was, and the sponsor would demand from Twitch that I no longer get these sponsored opportunities. The content that I put out, it's different from what a lot of other people do. No paid product placement message up here on the upper left-hand corner of your screen. No ad breaks running constantly, right? You know, there's a little difference. It's because I'm putting out content that I want you to watch that I would watch, right? I keep that crap out of my content. And the reason I can do that is because you support the content to keep it free of that stuff. No shilling, no sponsorships, partnerships, ad break here, ad break there, none of that. So this is why I can't get the same things as everybody else. That's not a victim complex. That's actual reality for me because these idiots won't leave me alone. What they don't realize is all the things they don't like. So for example, they don't like it when I go on a stream and I talk about this. They don't like it if I'm on a stream and I say, hey guys, will you contribute to support my stream tonight? Oh, he's an e-beggar. Oh, he's a victim. But I have to do that because you fucked my life up.
But I have to do that because you fucked my life up.
Understand that? If you would fucking stop, if you wouldn't dox me, I could be playing Fightcade right now like everyone else who uses it. I did a house tour, all right? And I accidentally had a utility bill sitting on my countertop. The trolls contacted the utility company, pretended to be me on the phone, and told them to shut off my power. Over the years, people have found those videos of house tours and done crazy shit as a result of those videos. You created the problem with the level of harassment you did against me, and then you complained about the consequences of the problem.
And I accidentally had a utility bill sitting on my countertop.
Your consequences created actions for me that I couldn't avoid, and now I'm living with those repercussions of your actions, and I'm just trying to make a living, but you're not happy with that. But you created the situation. You're fucking stupid. You're the dumbest people on earth. Do you get it? You're literally the dumbest people. You created a situation you don't like. I wasn't ever having to do shit like this back in the day. When I was 10 years ago before This Is How You Don't Play, I just did whatever. I played games, I uploaded videos, I went on trips, I did everything. I had no issues with my income. So because of that, I was able to do whatever the hell I wanted. I was free. I wasn't sitting there begging people for contributions. I wasn't saying, oh, we got to have a Patreon and we got to have a PayPal and we got to have this. It was literally just, here's my videos, watch them, ad revenue. Thanks so much. Done. And I gave shit away constantly. Like giveaways every fall. All this shit behind the scenes. What is up, everybody? Darkside Phil here, and welcome to the Hardcore Gaming Season giveaway of 2013. Deus Ex Human Revolution Collector's Edition. As you open that up, you're going to see the game's gone because I traded it in years ago, but it does have the second bonus disc that probably has the behind-the-scenes content and stuff like that, okay? Yeah, how much would you like to have that autographed by me? Pretty cool, right? Hell, I used to be able to afford to give money to charity, and I did many times behind the scenes back when I actually made money to do it. But I can't anymore because people fucked with my life so much. So you created the monster, you created the situation, and now you want to hold me accountable for it when you did it. Fuck you.
And I accidentally had a utility bill sitting on my countertop.
Fuck every one of you. Every one of you out there who acts like this and does this horrible things to me and my family. That's why I can't play Fightcade. That's why I can't do the normal things other streamers do. It's you. You're the problem. If you don't exist right now, if you were finger snapped out of existence, things would be better. Think about that. That all you do is you sit around, you hurt people all day long. And sorry to hear about a family member that passed away, but no one wants to hear you make this about how I'm in the wrong for being stressed in my life because you have a situation that's worse. Go ahead. You know what? Officially for tonight's stream, you're the king of suffering. Thanks for coming in and propped yourself up on my stream. We really needed that, really. And now War Dog has earned himself a ban because it's obvious either he's a troll or he's just someone who is just going to be here to derail everything and tough shit. Goodbye. And people would probably be happier if you would just change your behavior immediately.
You're the problem. If you don't exist right now, if you were finger snapped out of existence, things would be better. Think about that.
You're the problem. If you don't exist, things would be better. Think about that. But you won't, because you've been doing this to me for over a decade. Right? It's just insane how they act, these fucking people. So anyway, that's what's going on. As that's why I'm trying to express how openly disappointed I am right now with the fact that I can't play retro fighting games. I was stoked and pumped for this. You guys built this up for years that it was going to be something great. And now I can't do it. You know? And now, I mean, to be particularly honest, it just sours me. I think that I should now have to fucking come up with some bullshit, extravagant fallback plan because of the actions of a bunch of shitbags out there who have no fucking lives. I don't have time for friends since I moved. Just being honest, I just don't have time. So I don't think I'm going to do anything. I think we're just going to hang out. Now, I will say one thing, because A. Schraub said, you know, when you talk about your detractors and your trolls, it just gives them the attention, and then they listen, they're going to do it anyway. It doesn't matter what I say or do. They do it anyway. As you know, my philosophy has been ignore it. Just go forward and keep creating positive content. And I'm successful doing that. They invent shit up that doesn't happen on my stream. Button I push gets stuck. Fuck this. You know what? I've had enough. I had enough of all the fun and fucking games with this bullshit. I'm fucking pissed off at this fucking game. I literally can't get the game to play well. I'm done with all the little bullshit gimmick fucking idiotic stuff. I'm gonna fucking get this to work right now. I've had enough. I really had enough. I didn't fucking wait 2 fucking days to play this game to waste the whole fucking day because it doesn't work online. Fuck this piece of shit. I'm starting to win right fucking now. And now we have someone who's threatening to fucking charge me back publicly in a tip. You're threatening to charge me back publicly in a tip. You sure you want to play this fucking game? Because you just gave me evidence that if you try to charge it back that I win. You fucking idiot. Yeah, you fucking idiot. You gave me an $85 tip earlier. This Trace and Reap dude just threatened me and said, oh, you better put on all your outfit today or I'm gonna just fucking, you better refund me. You fucking idiot. You have evidence now in a tip you just sent me saying that you're demanding a refund or you're gonna charge it back because I'm not wearing a vest and a hat. That's not how it works. And title their videos that and then creatively edit to make it look like it happened when it didn't. They do whatever they want. It doesn't matter what I say or do. I'm not a fucking pussy coward.
Jaha, a West Coast player and former Marine, confronted Phil with some friends at EVO 2002. To many witnesses, it seemed as if they were on the verge of attacking him before Viscant stepped in to defuse the situation.
And fucking he was videotaping it, and I'm fucking getting up in his face, asking why the fuck he's talking shit, and what the fuck's his problem, and he's fucking just, you know, just fucking cowering and all fucking scared, and him and his friends are trying to fucking leave, and we're not letting them, and then
you know, and then just Phil's just backing off, like, look, man, I'm sorry, like, I was drunk, I didn't know what I was saying. He just kept on going, and, you know, till he was crying, and that's when Watson's like, dude, I can't fuck this guy up anymore, dude, he's fucking crying.
Who thinks that, oh, I better not say anything, because God forbid, my trolls might attack me. They do it anyway, so I don't give a fuck about what they do. Do you think I give 2 flaming turds what the fuck they say about me? They can eat my shit out of my ass with a spoon. There you go. I don't give a fuck. I'll say what I want, and I'll talk about what I want. And in this case, I needed to talk about it because it's unfortunate because a lot of people were looking forward to Fightcade, including me, and I can't do it now, and it's their fucking fault. So they can eat shit. Oh, man. All right. Well, I feel like now we're over a half an hour into this stream. And I feel like I have gotten all the crap off of my chest that I had on my chest. It's disgusting to have crap on your chest. Let me tell you, you got to clean it. It smells terrible. All right. But anyway, it's off my chest now. And, and so let's now chill. Shall we? And just see what you guys want to talk about tonight. Like I said, at this point, I was seriously considering doing something tonight. Okay. So, yeah. So that's number one. Just the even to say, couple games, you hear me? It's like the drama squad shows up. But am I a big coffee guy? Like, do I drink coffee outside of the streams? Yeah, on my day off, I have 1 cup of coffee in the morning and 1 cup of coffee in the late, early evening, just like I do on my normal days. But that's it. I don't go crazy. I'm not a coffee aficionado that, I must have my Arabica beans flavor because the acidity is perfect. And you know what? I don't just get coffee. I order the beans so I can grind them fresh myself and have the aroma in my house. No, I get the little K-cup shit and I pop it in, I make a cup and I drink it. Now it says, why do you think it's hard for trolls or those on the outside to believe you have a dedicated fan base when the success of your channel should say all there is to know? Because they basically have manufactured a narrative to try to justify their actions. My trolls slash detractors slash whatever you want to call them, they literally say the following. You ready for this? Phil really only has like 2 or 3 people who support it. They do it under a variety and vast network of different names and identities, but they're all exactly the same person, right? So Only Eyes Coffee and Planet Jeff are responsible for 99% of the support I've received in the last 10 years. So when you have those kind of people who come by and they do those contributions, people, I remember that, I remember that. But in reality, the truth is, and this is just like anything in life, all right? Not everyone stays a fan of stuff forever. And not everyone sticks around and supports forever. Their narrative is, actually, I'm some kind of a scam artist jerk who doesn't make anything meaningful to anyone. I'm somehow using these ridiculous abilities, these mind-controlling abilities to come through the internet and grasp onto people and grab their wallets and rip their wallets out of their pockets and toss their money my way. Money kinesis. I have money kinesis. He got that. Money kinesis. He got that. Hypnosis. He got that. Money kinesis. Controlling all of you. Money kinesis. I want you to think of how ludicrous that sounds. All I'm doing is sitting around doing a podcast, doing playing a game, hanging out with you guys, talking like tonight. That's all I'm doing. So because I'm wearing a military hat of the style that a ridiculous amount of people in history have worn, including M. Bison, a character that I frequently pick in a fighting game once a week, they gotta all say it's a Nazi hat. So it's this simple. When I see it, you're banned. I'm not even fucking around. If I see you say it once, you're banned. This is your one warning. If I see it in chat, you are banned. I don't care if you're a regular. I don't care who the fuck you are. If I see it, you're banned. Period. Yeah, and if you're on TikTok watching this, fuck you, motherfucker. Kiss my ass. C. Griffith. He says, you might have gotten more support if you weren't over-leveled and bullying lower-level areas. So would you like me to just skip all the content of the game then? Is that what you would like? Just go to the places where I'm under-leveled and I die 1,000 times. You're a fucking idiot. No, I mean it, Griffin. You're a fucking idiot. You're a dunce. He just gives her non-stop moves she didn't earn, and she gets all those points for nothing. She fucking sucks. Like, that's what every hit she was getting was a desperation lucky counter hit into a 60% combo. You're a terrible player. You're insane. I can't believe that they have that rank. I can't believe they beat that many people playing like that, because it doesn't take any kind of level of intelligence to play like that. It's just get lucky one hit. Get lucky one hit. What the fuck, dude? Chargers, what don't you understand about this drink had this much liquor in it and I'm drinking it? Why would I owe a shot? I've already in this drank about 2 to 3 shots, and you want me to take a shot? How about you shut up? Crimson Tide, last night you were talking for 2 hours about how you clogged your toilet and there were turds everywhere. I don't believe that you're an actual laptop expert and can help tonight. I'm sorry. I don't believe you. Morons in chat who are saying, just drive and pick it up. Hey, fuckface. I'm sick. I probably had COVID. I'm quarantining, you stupid fuck. I'm not going to the store to buy it, you fucking idiots. That's the point of staying home and quarantining. You're a fucking waste of fucking intelligent life to say dumb shit in my chat like that. That's the fucking point of being fucking quarantined, you tremendous dunce.
You're a fucking waste of fucking intelligent life to say dumb shit in my chat like that.
He did a big segment regarding the suggestion box. Shorten your podcast. 3 hours per day is too long. The reason you think it's 3 hours is because you're a fucking idiot and you listen to morons who complain constantly and they over-exaggerate about everything. So because you said that it's 3 hours long, you can kiss my fucking ass. Motorized fan says you take a 3-hour break between streams. So let me get this straight. My stream goes off at 4 p.m. That just means it's immediately break time, right? But you think I get a 3-hour break. That's because you're a fucking idiot. You don't live the life. You're just a complete fucking mouth drooler moron who just wants to belittle. Just like the idiot who says I run a 3-hour podcast. You're also a moron. You're moronic. You're really stupid. I'm sorry for how dumb you are and for your whole family to have to put up with you. Tonight, did I ask for anything? Look at the support. I didn't say a word. We're just chilling. I was explaining why I can't play Fightcade. It's you. You're the problem. If you don't exist right now, if you were finger snapped out of existence, things would be better. Think about that. That's all. That's it. And look, people like me. People like my content. They want more of it. Take a look. People like who I am and what I do. But their narrative is so hyper-focused on making me look like a horrible villain. That's how they make their videos. That's how they do their streams. Sambuca, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm just going to ban you permanently right now. I've had enough of your lip tonight. You're being an asshole. So how about you shut the fuck up? Really. You only do it, too, when I'm not looking at the chat. You're being a dick, and I fucking had enough of your shit, so shut up. Yeah, Sambuca, you should get the fuck out of here tonight, because you said nasty, stupid shit. I don't know why you're being a dick. I really don't know why you decided to be a dick tonight. Of all nights, you can see that obviously the game is lagging and I'm having issues. And you say, why don't you quit the game and play something more easy on you? Yeah, why don't you shut the fuck up and leave the stream and come back when you're not going to be an asshole? How about that? If the story doesn't fit the narrative, all of a sudden they look like assholes, right? Wait a minute. So we're making fun of someone who legit has a fan base who likes him, who doesn't make toxic content that's harmful.
Transported along the very same roads that we all use every day. It is.
All right. Do I even have to address the fact that the guy has a speech impediment like Elmer Fudd? Can we just get out of the way? All right. He's not pronouncing his R's. He's pronouncing them like W's. Okay. Can we continue now? I just had to get it out of the way. Okay. Now let's go.
An incredible security challenge.
Incredible. No, their narrative is, oh, there's 2 guys out there who are rich and they're nutty. And they just keep throwing money at Phil nonstop. And because of those 2 people, it's the only reason why Phil can ever be successful. I received a very generous $50 tip. It is a $50 tip from Lisa Lou. I've got another tip here, a $3 tip from Plargus. First of all, I was successful before those 2 people even existed as part of my content. If you like my content, and if you can support the streams today, please do. If you tip me today and I hit the goals today, I'm in a good position for tomorrow. If I stream today and I hit none of the goals, I'm fucked. And essentially, I'll be going grocery shopping. I guess we're gonna eat a lunch meat sandwich, you know, for our day off. Plan for retirement. Dude, I can't pay my day-to-day bills. Right now, my bank account is overdrawn. I'm not even kidding you. Right now, my bank account is overdrawn. There's no money for retirement. But again, the detractor rationale is to always belittle, downgrade, straw man, right? The whole OIC and Planet Jeff's straw man argument is ridiculous. Do you really think that 2 people are responsible for all of my income? No, that's an insane thought. To even say that is nutty and crazy and stupid. But that's what they propagate. And their community is so dumb and gullible. They believe it. They actually believe that. They believe that, no exaggeration, that all these people that have come and gone over the years, you know, 1 Minute Man.
Planet Jeff is one of DSP's biggest pay pigs. Like I said earlier, he took part in the Jasper scam. He's been doxxed on Kiwi Farms, and I believe he has a dead wife, and he uses the money from her insurance to give the DSP. He's also an engineer, so he has a decent amount of income. But after being doxxed, he stepped away from the circle, although it's speculated that he's going under a new name, 1 Minute Man.
The person who gifted the ridiculous amount of tier 3 stubs over on Twitch when I was there, I can't remember who that was at this point. Remember that? All these people are all exactly the same person. They actually believe that. They're that wildly stupid. Who's the other? Jinx, who last year came by for like a month and kept tipping nonstop and then gone for a while, right? As we've seen him once in like the last 6 months, he should have stopped not one stream.
Don't you find that a little odd, David? Like, don't you find that a little bit suspicious, David? Like, you know how people say, oh, wow, it's so weird. Every time Superman shows up, Clark Kent is nowhere to be found.
But apparently that's the same person. No, these are not. They're not even close. These are people who genuinely like the stuff. They come by and they support when they can, and then they're off to their own lives again. But in reality, all right, it's a ton of people. It's a ridiculous amount of people who contribute to my content on a daily basis. Not only, you only see this side of it. You're seeing the public stream side of it. There's a whole back end side of it. There's people who pledge to a Patreon. There's people who are watching my videos. Doing super thanks on the videos. Who are members every month at different various levels. There's people who are supporting my React content. People who are supporting my throwback content. Here's what I've started saying recently. Is film people say to me, what do you think, is good about your content, or what makes you stand out? Because my content isn't harmful. Oh, by the way, I have your IP, I have your name, and I have your address. Yeah, how you doing, Be Awesome One over in Europe? How you doing? I have your name and address, so, any day that I feel like making a trip across the pond, I'll come see you. I've been around for 16 years doing this. So I have experience a lot of people don't. But my content is not toxic or harmful. I'm not sitting here crapping on some other YouTuber. Hours yet. That's right, Daniel. Just remember, Daniel, it's okay every once in a while to use your powers, but never fully cheat. Never go full... I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it.
Training since we got here.
It's too easy. It's too easy. I can't take those easy pot shots for me. They're too easy. That's like lowest common denominator for me. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I can't believe someone would possibly cheat. What kind of a person would cheat? I mean... You'd have to be the lowest human form of existence to be a cheater, a dirty, rotten cheater.
I'm a mature adult, and I'm not a children's entertainer. Time to grow the fuck up.
Come on. Don't go down. You're showing off in front of Finn.
Use your power responsibly. Don't use it. Don't use it in an abusive manner, and don't cheat. Remember, Daniel, learn from the internet.
Low profile.
Yeah.
Keep a low profile. Whatever you do, don't be like... No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
It could be way worse.
Business is slow tonight. Let's do a shit on someone stream or something like that. I don't have to do that. So many YouTubers have taken that low road, and I haven't had to do that.
Keemstar announced his retirement. During the stream, DSP would be asked about Keemstar's retirement, and DSP would trash on Keem.
Kevin has now done a super chat and says, what do I think about Keemstar's retirement? I don't. I never watched a single piece of Keemstar's content during the time period that he made it. I don't care about him. All I know is that he is one of the original people who basically was a rumor monger, drama monger, and or person who caused a lot of personal pain for people so that he could get a buck. Let's air everyone's dirty laundry, sometimes not even confirmed, just rumors, on YouTube for my own personal benefit. Wow, what a nice guy, right? Sometimes you hear that a YouTuber is hanging it up, and you're like, man, that's sad, because this was someone who has a great legacy, but, I hope them the best in their personal life, and then there's sometimes when you say, oh, someone's retiring, nothing of value is lost.
Your thoughts and opinions on Keemstar's retirement, and you said, you know what, I've never watched the guy. I don't watch Keemstar. I've never seen a single Keemstar video. Then you went on to say, all Keemstar does is lie about different creators. Just slanders them, puts out nothing but fake news, something along those lines. Thought that was strange because I thought you never watched any of my videos.
And I'm happy about that. And so for me, that's why, to know that my content is meaningful to an audience, Jesus, that they like it enough, that they know it's not toxic, they can come and relax and enjoy and truly have a good time with me every time that they stop by. People being little bitches in the chat. I'm trying to learn how to play a fucking game. Shut the fuck up and act older than 5 fucking years old about the goddamn bubble. You fucking idiot. They'll support it. But that breaks the narrative of my detractors. Their narrative is always, I'm the worst person. You could just order a replacement hard drive off Amazon and shut up. No, I mean, shut up. It's the worst content. No one supports it. No one watches it. It couldn't be further from the truth. It's a lie. It's a lie. But that's their lie that they propagate so they can make toxic content about me. Because if any of that stuff is fake, they have absolutely, positively nothing to say about me. I received an $8 tip. Hold on. Once again, here's another one of their insane detractor memes. See this? Here it is. Another thing that's a complete falsehood. Basically, she was in a really bad place in her life, an abusive relationship. She got out of that relationship, and all this public information about me and my personal life. They'll find my bankruptcy. They'll find all these statements. Did you ever find the restraining order that she had against her ex because he was hitting her? This has to be true for them to be justified in the things that they say and do. Do you understand? Those of you who are watching on demand can't see it. It's just another one of these stupid, fake member bomb bullshit things. But again, that is their narrative, their fake narrative that they spin.
Did you ever find the restraining order that she had against her ex because he was hitting her?
To try to make me look like a villain, and it's all untrue. And people who actually like my content don't believe that. I got a $1 tip. Someone says, when you say detractors make theories about you being supported by only a handful of people, can you admit there's some streams that are generally supported with one supporter? For example, sometimes you'll have $55 in tips and 50 came from one person. Doesn't that happen? Yeah, so what? What's your point? First of all, that doesn't happen every stream. That does happen some streams.
First of all, that doesn't happen every stream. That does happen some streams.
I received a $2 tip, and this tip is the first tip of the night. I received a $15 tip. It looks like I got a $1 tip. Let me check here. First of all, we got a $5 tip. I got another $5 tip. Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I received a $250 tip. Holy shit. The point that the detractors make is it's the same two people. That's not true. So there's no point to what you're saying unless you can come back and actually say, I have a point. Here's what I was trying to say because you had none. Then, but there's no point to what you're saying. It proves nothing. It does not even an argument. I have received an incredibly generous $56 tip from Jared tonight. $56 tip from Jared. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the third time tonight, and 3 different people, right? You get to see me in a diaper. Jared says, well said, Phil. I've been a fan since your Batman Arkham Asylum demo footage from all the way back in 2009 when I was still in middle school. Now I'm 24 and I'm glad to support you. Much love. You see the point I'm making. Because I've been around the block 16 years. I stayed dedicated. I never gave up. There's people who like me and come to support the content. May not be every day, may not be every night, but they come by and they support when they can, and that's why I continue on. I'm not a flash in the pan success. I'm not a has-been or a never was. I persist in a different form today than I did over a decade ago, but I persist as a success. And that's the narrative that the detractors will never admit to, because that means everything they say is wrong and therefore has no validity, and there's no point for anyone to ever watch it. Haseo says, I'm glad that you play many games from all platforms. This lets we as viewers decide if we want to get them or not. Thank you for doing what you do. You're welcome. Again, the way I see it, this is gameplay that's fun to me. It's a service to you, right? It's reciprocal. You get something out of it. I get something out of it. You support it. I make more of it. It goes hand in hand. It's meaningful, not toxic content. Complete trash gameplay. No, the Cammy is not decent. Shut the fuck up. Right now, shut the fuck up. I can make a living doing what I love. You enjoy what I do. We all benefit from it.
This is a 7,000 calorie meal meant for 10 people. And this is me attempting to finish it for lunch. Hundreds of YouTubers have done the letting the person in front of me choose what I eat challenge. But no one has ever tried to survive an entire day of letting the family in front of them choose what they eat. Until today. By the end of this challenge, my goal is...
Okay, I hate this. Why? It's trash. This is trash YouTube. Staged video, complete trash, nobody cares, it's not real, it's a stunt. It's just 100% the problem with YouTube. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy all this fucking food that no one would ever eat normally. I'm gonna do a stupid prank or a staged event, and hopefully I can pull it off. Can I pull it off or not? It's 5 million views for garbage. This is the problem with YouTube. This video. And everyone who does content like this, you're the fucking reason YouTube sucks ass now. Fuck you.
I'm gonna show you how to download and play.
That's what truly matters as a community like this, is that we all benefit from it together. And that we all get something nice out of it. It's not one-sided. And it's not me being successful at the expense of someone else. Having to tear down or hurt someone else. Who have I teared down and hurt tonight? 0 people.
It's you. You're the problem. If you don't exist right now, if you were finger snapped out of existence, things would be better. Think about that.
0. I was able to have a successful night hanging out with you guys. We all got something good out of it, and no one got hurt in the process. That's true content creation. That's not toxic, degenerate, I succeed, stomp on everyone else content creation, like so many people do today. The lowest common denominator of crap that should not be allowed on YouTube, but regardless is. Sad but true. There's no point. Oh my God, this guy doesn't understand. This is the guy from earlier who says, just listen, I'm just going to read it word for word.
There's no point to what you're saying unless you can come back and actually say, I have a point. Here's what I was trying to say, because you had none.
You said you have a ton of supporters, but so many streams have been carried by 1 or 2 people. I have a ton of supporters, but I don't understand what's so hard to understand about this. I don't. I'm really at a loss, like, what don't you get? I have a ton of supporters. Likely thousands. They're not always here at the same time because I do a variety of content. Some come for the podcast. Some come for impromptu chill streams. Some come for fighting games. Some come for shooters. Some come for RPGs. Some come for everything. But they're all split. But overall, I do have thousands of viewers for my content.
I do have thousands of viewers for my content.
They come by at various times to support in different ways. Super chat, become a member, gift memberships, tip. Some people do those things on my other channels. Some people pledge to my Patreon. I mean, I can keep going. These are all ways that all of these different people support. It's not just OIC and Planet Jeff. If you think that, you're clinically insane and you should check yourself in immediately. And I'm not joking. You need help. Hey, stupid. I have depression, you dumb fuck. I actually have it. A fucking idiot. Get fucked, you stupid loser who thinks you know anything about anything in real fucking life. You know nothing. Get fucked, really. No, really. Go fuck yourself. You're a loser. You have no power over anyone on this planet. If you disappeared today, no one would care. That's nuts. I would not be here and successful today if I did not have positive people who like the content I put out supporting me. This is not a channel where I degrade myself doing stunts, sucking cucumbers and kissing cocks. This is not a channel where I read out detractor messages that insult myself and my family members. This is not a channel where I constantly talk drama and gossip.
He decided to write something in his chat during setup. iJustine is busy getting gangbanged by EA executive staff all weekend. The only fucking reason she was actually hired in the first place, LOL. iJustine only plays games when she can make a huge paycheck. And, he says, she's the ultimate sellout. So a lot of people were trying to get iJustine to comment on that. The only thing she ever said about this was, why don't you stop spamming everyone? He clearly has issues. And that was it.
This is not a channel where I slam other YouTubers. I don't do any of that shit. Oh, let's eat giant gummy bears and say they're gross, even though everyone fucking knows that already. Like, this is the level of content that people made over the last 10 to 15 years while I was making my own stuff. This is what they were making.
Hello everyone and welcome to a new edition of DSP Tries It. Alright, I'm gonna take this bun off. Oh my, the entire bottom of the bun is soaking wet with grease and butter.
Oh, let's eat giant gummy bears and say they're gross, even though everyone fucking knows that already. Like, this is the level of content that people made over the last 10 to 15 years while I was making my own stuff. This is what they were making. I make positive content for an audience, and I curate the content specifically because that's what they want, and in truth, they then support me because of it. I'll still be here tomorrow having fun being successful, and you'll be miserable writhing around in your bed, hugging your Hatsune Miku body pillow and humping it furiously in agitation that I'm still here and positive and successful, and you're still a nobody crying with your detractor friends about the fact that I am successful. Okay, here we go. The detractors want to continue their narrative. Lease on Luxury says, what would happen if those few people stopped donating? Could the community be viable for the business? Yes. because this has happened time and time and time and time and time and time again. Whenever one person walks out of that revolving door, someone else walks in. Now, wait a minute. You literally just changed the narrative. Just listen to this. What about the fake narrative? This is fragile. You're 4 years away from your bankruptcy. The Save the House fundraiser. Whoa. What is your narrative? You don't have one. You've literally just changed the story 3 times. First, your narrative is, I don't have enough consistent supporters. If a few go away, I fail. That's happened a million times and I'm still here. I just expect, well, what's the next thing? Where's the next goalpost? Okay? You are in a crazy mania. Your mania has taken over your small p brain, and all you can do is think about the next thing to say negative. They're all false narratives. You are an insignificant human. You don't matter. It doesn't matter what you say in the chat right now or what you do. You're insignificant on this planet. Here's what you need to do. Get away from your device and go do something with your life that will affect someone in a positive way. And what you're going to find is that that is going to be way more meaningful both for you and for everyone else around you than for you sitting in your false narrative land, believing your toxic nonsense and thinking that it has any bearing on me or my life. It doesn't. I will still be here tomorrow and you'll still be miserable humping Hatsune Miku in your bed. So do yourself a favor, get the fuck off my stream, get a life, and get the fuck into something positive.
And get the fuck into something positive.
Because, man, your toxicity is embarrassing to the human race. You are literally an embarrassment to human beings on this fucking planet. Go away. No. I mean, these people can't even maintain a coherent thought for more than 10 seconds. The guy goes from detractor talking point to detractor talking point. He just bounces around parroting the same shit. And every time that something's, countered with a logical thing to disprove it, oh, I gotta get to the next one. I gotta get to the next one. I gotta get to the, wait, no, you already look like an idiot. You don't get to now say 10 more things. You're already a moron.
There's no point to what you're saying unless you can come back and actually say, I have a point. Here's what I was trying to say because you had done.
These people are just so dumb. They really don't understand it. There's no reasoning with someone who's so far gone. You just have to have them have a moment of realization at some point in their life that they're going to try to be better people, But sadly, I don't know if these people ever will. It seems like what's happened is there's this community of people who have this mania in their head, and they actually, no exaggeration, have formed communities of relationships, online relationships, of course, but relationships nonetheless based on toxic behavior. The only way they even get human interaction or any kind of attention is toxic behavior. So they have to keep that up, or else now they have to realize that their lives are miserable, trite, meaningless. So they keep that toxic community going no matter what. Even if the narrative's completely false and fabricated, that's the only way that they feel like they have a meaning in their life. That is ridiculously pathetic, sad, and dangerous. We can't have a society within a whole undergroup of people who literally just sit on their devices crapping on things all day. This is not productive. This is awful. This is going to be the ruining of human society if we allow it to continue. If you know someone like that, you have to go call them out and be like, get the fuck out of your room. Get the fuck off your phone. Stop being a toxic douchebag to everything around you and get a light. I don't have time for friends since I moved. Just being honest, I just don't have time. Spend 5 minutes getting real life friends. Spend 5 minutes doing something positive with your life.
I don't have time for friends since I moved. Just being honest, I just don't have time.
That is meaningful to other people around you. Stop being toxic. You're not going to help anything on earth. You're just going to burn this fucking planet down if you keep acting that way. It's insane. That guy, can you believe what the guy was saying in the chat? It literally, he was one detractor narrative. Okay, well, here's why that's wrong. Next one. Rapid fire.
Unless you can come back and actually say, I have a point. Here's what I was trying to say.
Like he has his list, his checklist of shit, so he can copy paste them all in the chat. Dude, what the fuck is your problem? Like, wow, you need help. How do you not understand? And again, why don't they get it? They literally have a community of thousands of people who act like that around each other. right? It's insanity. If you contribute absolutely nothing positive to anyone on this planet, right? Why do you exist? Is that not, that should be the ultimate goal of every person, to at least put something out in their life that brightens the day of someone else, that makes someone else have a smile or feel good, right? Do something nice, and then we can all get along and we can all have a nice life together. Live and let live. Instead, everyone's got to burn down, attack, destroy, deride, be just gross to each other. How the hell can you go through life like that? I would love for one of them to come up with a new narrative that hasn't been regurgitated for the last 5 to 10 years, because they don't have one. It's the same shit now in a loop. Because in truth, at one point in the past, I used to care so much that people would say this shit about me that I would go out of my way to try to like defend myself or actually like counter the narrative. But after a while, I'd say it was about 5 years ago, I realized no matter what I said, they would just come up with another one. So I just stopped. I realized at some point, it's becoming more harmful for me to waste time trying to defend myself than to actually just say fuck it and ignore it. And that's what I just started doing. So fuck this and ignore it, right? All these morons out there make documentaries and shit about me, fucking interviews. What has it done? Nothing. I'm still here. I still make the same content. I still have a great life. They've done nothing. They personally benefited because, trust me, they wouldn't have made the content if they wouldn't personally benefit from it. They're doing it for themselves. That's it. It's the only reason. No one else needed to be interviewed on Side Scrollers. I had to be. Why? Because they're going to get a benefit out of that. That's why. So, there you go. So, these fucking nut jobs, man. I don't know how you can go through life like that. But that's the thing. Like, I just stopped 5 years ago or whatever. I was like, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to entertain the nonsense, because all that does is lets them get more content and waste my audience's time. You guys don't want to sit here listening to me talk about every fucking conspiracy theory that comes out of their mouth. I've already talked about most of them, and they don't care. They continue anyway. So what's the point, right? What's the narrative? The narrative is they jerk off to each other. Pause. All day, every day, and I ignore them. And I continue on happy, and they're sitting there miserable every day. Well, who's the winner? They're out of their minds. Bobo X, I'm not going to try a VPN because, number one, it costs money. Number two, it's too much of a risk. What if the VPN doesn't work and my IP still leaks?
It creates a protective tunnel between your devices and the internet, keeping your private information secure.
So I'm not wasting it. Just the risk of my IP getting out there is too much. It's a waste of everyone's time. So I'm not using Fightcade, period. The Blimp says, it's literal projection. These people lack something in their lives. Then they rationalize bad behavior towards someone that's targeted as a means to not address their own shortcomings. Exactly. I've always said this too. Even if everything they've said is true about me, am I still the devil? None of the things that I've done that they're claiming are real crimes or anything like that. It's just, some bad behaviors that we don't like, right? And so if you don't like the bad behaviors you accuse me of, go away. No. Why do you still stalk me every day? Why are you still watching? Right? Because you benefit from it, because you make money on it. That's why. If there was no money, there'd be no detractor community.
There was no money, there'd be no detractor community.
Right now, to prove the point, I dare every one of these idiots, the memologies, the duty streams, the restreamers, all of them, demonetize your content for a whole month. Right now. Do it. Be men. Be real men. Good. Now I'm away from that annoying fucking bitch of a kid who I would have slapped in real fucking life if they talked to me like that. I would have fucking pimp slapped that shit out of that.
Fucking, he was videotaping it, and I'm fucking getting up in his face, asking why the fuck he's talking shit, and what the fuck's his problem, and he's fucking just, just fucking cowering and all fucking scared, and him and his friends are trying to fucking leave, and we're not letting them, and then...
I admitted it to him right there. I was like, I'm an alcoholic. I drink too much all the time, and I just can't control myself when I do it. And at that point, I actually started crying because I felt so bad about everything that I had done and how stupid I was as a person that I thought that it was okay to just fuck with people online and be a really nasty person to people online in general. That I just kind of broke down right in front of him.
And then just Phil's just backing off. Like, look, man, I'm sorry. Like, I was drunk. I didn't know what I was saying. He just kept on going. And, till he was crying, and that's when Watson was like, dude, I can't fuck this guy up anymore. Dude, he's fucking crying.
Be man. Be real man.
And demonetize your content for a month and prove that you actually do it because you have a reason to do it. Because you feel like you're doing something good, a service, instead of we're just doing it to make money. I fucking dare you to demonetize your content for a month. Won't do it. Because you do it for money. That's why you make up the stuff to begin with. You're fucking full of shit. You have no actual morality.
For the accomplishments that he made in the Street Fighter community for the area that we live in.
Okay.
You know? So the guy passes away, right? So what do? I sent him a message.
And you're the only one, by the way, because I wasn't going to contact Phil because I wasn't talking to him at this point.
Yeah.
Nobody else wanted to talk to him. But Howard here, who hasn't heard from Phil at that point many months since he moved, you decide I'll be the one to tell Phil.
Yeah, so I send him a message, and I go, I didn't say anything hi or anything like that. The only thing, because the last time I did that, he didn't reply back to me. I said, hey, Scott passed away. That's all I wrote. Doesn't reply back to me. Then, this is what fucking burns me, okay? Yeah. This shit fucking burns the fuck out of me. What does the guy do? A week or two later, makes a video about Scott passing away. Dude, don't fucking publicize somebody's death. Are you fucking serious? You don't do that, man.
And the bigger issue is, like, he never said anything back to you.
Doesn't say anything back to me, but dude, don't publicize.
Oh, thanks for the information. I'll put this in the video, but I'm not going to say nothing to you.
Not only that, what does he do? He brings up T, right? Now, T at the time was like one of the greatest Street Fighter players in our area. If he was alive, he probably would have been one of the top players in the country, okay? And he starts fucking talking about this guy, right? So what does that do? Naturally, in our circle of friends, everybody is fucking fuming because there was no need to bring up T. There was no need to bring up Scott. There's no need to bring up people's deaths and publicize it and make money off of it. There's no need for that, man. And he did. You have no respect for people that are alive, for fucking people that are dead. You don't give a shit about anybody but yourself.
You have no actual morality.
You have no leg to stand on, nothing. You're wastes of life.
ためらえば死ぬ。銃口を向け、引き金を引く。この裏切りの先に世界を救う道があると信じて。次回、解雇。